You know what I love about this lawn care community online? Well, one thing is we all kind of have a grasp of the practices and techniques on how to accomplish a great lawn, but we all do things just a little bit different, and it makes it fun and interesting to watch what works and what doesn't. So today on Budget Lawns, I thought it might be fun to talk about some lawn care unpopular opinions. Yeah, let's do that. But first, it's a budget cut day. If you don't remember what I mean by budget cut, go back to my last video about the truck umbrella and see what I'm talking about. Let's do this. There you have it. That's it for the mowing, edging, and blowing portion of this episode. But before we get into the meat and potatoes, let's kind of just mosey around the lawn and kind of see how things are looking as the summer is coming to a close. It is the last week of August, and I tell you what, now we'll get to that in a second when I go over the unpopular opinions of lawn care. But I will say we have had a lot of rain in Arkansas over the last week, somewhere around a half a foot. So it has been tough to mow. The ground's still a little wet. Not the greatest of mows, and really not the greatest of color either. But you know what? That's okay. I hadn't thrown any fert down since I did the sand leveling project. So it's been about 6 or 7 weeks now, maybe even longer, 7 or 8 weeks. It's been a while, we'll just put it that way. Not too terribly upset with the color, but on the same token, not too terribly pleased with it. You know what, that's okay, because that's going to kind of lead me into what I would say my most 3 unpopular opinions are about lawn work. And I want you to tell me what yours are as well down in the comments below. Number 1, you might just not like me after I say this, but I'm ready for the first fall frost or freeze. Yes, you heard that right. And I'm not the only one. I know of at least one more person, and that's my dad. I asked him the other day, I said, Dad, have you just about had enough? You ready for that first fall frost or freeze? And he said, I've had enough. I'll explain why I've had enough here in just a second. But yes, I am ready for that first frost or freeze. I've got a Bermuda lawn, and at that point it will begin to go dormant, and then I won't have any lawn care work to do for at least another 5 or 6 months. And I know a lot of you saying, how can you say such a horrendous thing? Well, that's the great thing about these channels on YouTube. I can live vicariously through everybody else who likes to overseed in the fall, who likes to have a lawn green all year round, or lives in a climate where the yard is taken care of all year round. That's just not me. I got other things I want to do in the fall and winter. And that brings me to number 2. I will not, and I won't say never because I don't know about that right now, but I will not overseed my lawn. No, I will not throw down the perennial rye so I can have a green lawn through most of the fall, and then again early next spring. Like I said before, I want this thing to go dormant, because maybe some of you out there are a lot like me. I'm already gearing up for Christmas light season. Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. I put up a display and I'm going to try and add to it just a little bit every single year. Last year was my first year to do it, so I've got a few more things planned for this year. And I don't have time to take care of Christmas lights from the middle of November through the first part of next year and take care of a lawn at the same time. So I just pick and choose my battles, and Christmas lights will win. And number 3 on my unpopular opinions of lawn care, I do not anymore mulch around my trees. Now, I told you that I was kind of waiting on these things to grow back in a video probably a few weeks ago, and that I would explain to you what I was doing there. Well, I did mulch around these trees, and I had some loropi around them as well. And I had these ideas that was going to grow in and look real pretty and whatnot. You know what? It just became more of a nuisance than it did anything. And be a budget lawns here, I want to save a little time and I want to save a little money. So I save some money by not having to mulch them every spring. And I save some time by not having to pick Bermuda out of it all the time. When you have Bermuda like I do, it just crawls and it crawls and it crawls and it invades everything. And it was just taking over the mulch. No matter how much I try to clean up around the perimeter of it, it just takes over. And it was just taking up too much of my time and effort. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to knock all the mulch and loropi out of there, and I'm going to let the Bermuda take over and just keep it nice and clean. I think it's looking pretty good already. We still have a little way to go to fill in. I'm just hoping it fills in before the cold weather hits, because I don't want a lot of bare ground there as we head into the winter. So those are my 3 unpopular opinions about lawn care. Maybe they're not unpopular, maybe they're just not the most popular opinions, but we'll call them unpopular for this episode. All right, my friends, that's all we've got on this episode of Budget Lawns. I sure do appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed already, I would ask you to do so. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you want to see, what you're tired of seeing. Tell me what I can do better. But until next time, I got the backyard to do now. But the good thing is, it's my budget cut day. Single pass, and I'm out of here. We'll see you next time. That's right! We're locked and loaded for fall prep. That's coming up real quick here on Budget Lawns, so stay tuned.